Well, here we are again, Brother Peter, with tidbits from the Word. We're talking about Bibles and how to study the Bible, why to study the Bible, why get in the Bible, why do we need to know what we need to know, and how we need to know it, and what's going to happen with that we do know, what's going to happen with that we've studied, what's going to happen to that we've used, what's going to happen to the prayers we prayed, what's going to happen to the verses we've read. If suppose, let's just suppose that you have in heaven a cistern on your land. You got a mansion. Jesus said, I'm going to prepare you a mansion. So where I'm going up there, where I'm going to be, you can be also. But when you get there, you'll have a mansion there. Now, let's just say that you're going to furnish the water that you're going to drink. Let's say you're going to drink water in heaven, okay? And we'll say this, that you've got out front this big hole dug in the ground, and the water that is put in there is the words of the water of the Bible that you've read every day in your life on this earth. You were putting water in your cistern. The only water that's going to be in your cistern is what you put in there. Now, let's just say, for instance, that you've got a cistern up there that holds these gallons and gallons and gallons of water. And when you get there, that's going to be the water that you drink. And that's going to be the only water that you have. Are you going to have enough water to sustain you for a day? Have you read enough Word? God knows the number of every hair on your head. He knows every time you've been in this Word. He knows how much of it you've read. If what you read and have read in this book is laid out for you in heaven, and you're going to have it on a daily basis, how many days is what you've sent up there going to last you? And what's going to happen when your well runs dry? Can you answer that, Brother Pete? No, I can't answer that. It's a metaphor. But it's a metaphor that holds water. Now, I say this. Jesus said, I'm going up to build you a mansion. If the only nails he had were how many times you read a verse or a word, has he got any nails to work with? If you had to study a chapter in order for him to have a board, how many chapters have you studied? How many boards has he been able to use? If you have to read a book or one book of the Bible in order to have a good picture window in your mansion, how many picture windows do you have in your mansion? If you had to read 3 books in succession to have a fireplace, have you got a fireplace in your mansion? And then let's say you had to read 6 more books to have a chimney so that the smoke can get out of the fireplace. Have you got a chimney? Metaphors. These are questions I'm asking you. But these questions are factual questions. They're questions that receive an answer. They deserve an answer. I want to know how many of these books have you wore out? How long have you claimed by statement that you're saved? How long have you claimed that you're saved? Can you look in the mirror and honestly prove to yourself that you believe what you say? Can you look in the mirror of your life and say that you truly believe what you say you are? You know what I am? I'm a paint contractor. What is on the back of my truck when you go down there? Paintbrushes. I set rock. When I'm loading my truck to go set rock, what do? I don't put my paint tools on there. I put my rock tools on there. and I go set rock. If I'm going to finish a slab cement, I put my trowels on there and stuff. If I'm going to paint a house, I put my paint tools on there and I go to paint. If I'm a Christian, what am I supposed to put on every day? I'm supposed to put the armor of God on, the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation. And I'm supposed to go out prepared for the day. And in that preparation for the day, I have to be able to have this word in this heart. How does this word get from these pages into this heart? By study. Study to show thyself approved, a workman, need not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. 2 Timothy 2:15. You can't rightly divide something you don't know. I got a book I'm going to carry to the preacher this week, tomorrow. It's on the makeup of this earth. Put together by a bunch of heathens that don't know beans about many of the things they talk about. Oh, they know the science of the earth, but they got the numbers all wrong. But even though they got the numbers wrong, they got the science right. And I'm going to carry it to the preacher to look at the science of the earth in picture form, which is beautiful. The wind patterns of the world. The fault lines of the world. The system from hell beneath that boils and ruptures and comes above the earth and ruptures and blows up. The Bible said that hell enlarges every day from beneath. And the more it enlarges, the more earthquakes we're going to have. And the more earthquakes we're going to have and the more people that die per day, the more earthquakes we're going to have per day. It's going to not be far down the road from right now when earthquakes are going to be a daily thing. Rupturing volcanoes are going to be a daily thing. Rupturing all over the earth, shaking and rupturing. Why? So many people today are entering into hell at one time. I've always told my wife, and I've seen it, been saved 39 years. And in 39 years, whenever a massive disaster took place and thousands of souls were taken off the earth at one time. And by the way, thousands of souls die every single 8 hours. While I'm talking to you for 10 minutes on here, there's 100,000 people dying all over the earth immediately, instantly. While I'm talking, these 10 minutes, we left the church tonight. Let's just say there were 600 people in that church tonight. By morning, we'll probably have a call that somebody in that church died. That's one church with 600 people in it. There are churches all over the United States with that many people in it, and all over the world there are thousands. That means every minute several thousand people are dying. Are they all going to heaven? No, they're not all going to heaven. Well, hell's already full. Hell's already running over. Hell was running over when it was made. Hell was not made for the soul of man. It was made for the devil and his fallen angels. And if you go to hell, you will be an intruder. And in hell you will lift up your eyes. And in hell you will cry unto God. And in hell you will say, Lord, I am a sinner, forgive me, but it's too late. You have committed unpardonable sin when you get to hell, and you cannot get out. You will ask the Lord to send somebody dip the tip of the finger and a drop of water and cool your tongue, for you're going to be tormented in that flame forever and ever. There is no escape for you. There is no escape for the man that's in the abode of hell, who will be cast into the lake of fire for eternity to burn forever and forever and forever and forever and forever